one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We'll never need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Someday we will look back and in our arms when we hold you. I want to know all I've been doing.
Hello, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome. Hopefully you can hear me. I know every time I always forget to unmute my mic, but I think it's unmuted and I think everybody can hear me, see me. So let me know just before I get into the meat of this pop-up live. I thank you all for being here on this Sunday. Last minute, I just decided that I wanted to just jump on. I hadn't been doing live shows regularly anymore. Just there's only so much time in the day, and that was kind of part of the discussion today. Just felt like these little pop-up lives when time permitted. Like right now, everybody's out of the house. It's perfect. I've just kind of been working around in my office, and I said, hey, let me just pop in and say hello to everybody and let them know what's going on in the world of me, the beach life, in this channel. So hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm not seeing no volume or anything like that. So I see a new name. I see a bunch of people in the chat, so I just want to quickly say hello. Anthony, Mary Ellen Dillon, Nautical Nurse Nancy, Christina V, thank you for being here. Tyler Show, and let's see who else. I saw a new name I wanted to acknowledge there. Jordan Norgard. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. Hello, everybody. I've watched for a good year or so, but I really haven't chatted much. Well, thank you, Jordan. Much appreciated, and thank you for watching. I'm glad that you're engaging in the chat because this cruise community is that's what it's all about. It's just kind of getting together and talking talking about the thing that we love. So and that's cruising. Purple Queen. Hi from New York City. Welcome in, Purple Queen. That's another new name. Thank you so much for being here. Facebook user, not sure who this is. Probably somebody seeing me soon. Part of the birthday cruise talk I was going to have here. So let me know who you are. If you could join over on YouTube, even better. So, but hello. And let me go ahead and jump into this. So while we have everybody in here, we'll give a chance for people to pop in. I know I did the intro in the beginning. I just want to give a chance because YouTube has to push this out and people get notifications and all that. So, all right, let's jump into it. So one of the things I want to talk about is my upcoming cruise. Again, back on the Radiance, which I love. Again, it's convenient because it's that Friday to Monday. I get every other Friday off. So technically, I only have to burn the Mondays, and even then, I have some flexibility with those Mondays because you get off the ship so early. I could technically, work that day if I wanted to. So it just gives me a lot of opportunity to cruise more often. So, and it's a close port to me. I'm in Arizona. Long Beach is 5.5 hours away, we'll call it. So there's that. So anyway, birthday cruise coming up on the Carnival Radiance. My birthday is actually going to be embarkation day, June 10th. So I'm excited about that. I'm being joined by my best friend again, Evan. For those of you that watch my videos, familiar with my channel, you'll know Evan travels with me pretty often. And then I'm also going to be joined by many other members from our wonderful cruise community. I've got, we've got Wanda from Cruising for Food. For those of you that know her, Wanda Byram and her husband are joining us. Derek and Gregory, another wonderful content creators. Derek and Gregory from D&G Explorers are joining. We've got Beth and Doug Ulliger, who are supporters, awesome, wonderful supporters in the community. They're here local in Arizona as well. So they'll be coming out. Dan and Nancy Fields have recently jumped on, so they'll be coming out. They're also wonderful supporters in the community. And one of my really good friends, Kathy, who I've cruised with many times, but she's too shy to be on camera or in pictures, but she is a regular cruiser out on the West Coast, both on the Radiance and the Panorama. So she will be on there. So it's wonderful to be cruising with her again as well. So that's the group that's going. Large group portion of that group is going to meet on Friday evening for dinner at the steakhouse. So looking forward to that. Those of you that saw the video I put out recently from my last steakhouse experience, that was my second time going. So I went in April, went again there in May, and we'll be going again. I enjoyed it. It's a really neat experience to I know some people are like, hey, if there's free food, why am I eating at specialty restaurants? I get it. I was that way post pandemic, right? I'll be honest with you. I was just like, what do I need to do that for? But I did say to myself, once I got back to cruising, I was going to try everything that I can. I was not going to say, I'll do that next cruise or whatever. That was one thing I promised myself, and that's what I'm doing. I'm really trying things that I used to put off before. So super bummed I can't make this. Have fun. Facebook user, I'm not sure who that is. Again, let me know who you are. But yeah, I know it was kind of. What about Evan? Evan's going. Yeah. I mentioned him in the front. Yeah, so Evan will definitely be going. I mentioned him first, actually. So where was I? Hey, Chuck, welcome in. Glad you were able to make it, bud. Chuck's a good guy, man. He helps me out a lot. I have the Beach Life Facebook group, which is specific really to my YouTube channel. And I created one for first timers. But I, of course, invited experienced cruisers to come to a Carnival Cruise first timers group. And so I have a good balance of both first timers and experienced cruisers in there helping each other out. Chuck is just an amazing person that is just always welcoming and very helpful. So Chuck, thank you so much. I just wanted to acknowledge you publicly here and acknowledge everything that you do for me and help me out. So I really appreciate that. Great support person. So, back to birthday cruise. So yeah, I just, like I said, I've told myself I'm going to try to, even when I go to Ensenada. So this will be my 7th Radiance cruise, and each time I go to Ensenada, I try to go to different places, not just for the channel. You're very welcome, Chuck. Not just for the channel, because that's just a small portion of my life. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's for me and what I want for me, and I want always like personal growth. Like I want to experience things. I want to immerse myself in other cultures, all those type of things. So to me, it's a dual benefit. I get to go and try these different things and then also be able to share them with all of you. And that's really when people ask me, like, why do you do this? And unfortunately, like everybody thinks, everybody that's doing YouTube is doing it for money, doing it for, to boost their, let's say, travel agency business or boost this and that. I'm none of those things. I'm donating all my money, YouTube money, in September. I'll be on the Carnival Horizon. So, and for those of you that will be following along, you'll see I'll be donating my money to Group for St. Jude. So it's not about the money. It's not about trying to promote anything. It's about helping people that have helped me. I started watching YouTube and I thought, wow, this is really cool. How can I give back? What can I do? During the pandemic, it was the time I decided to do it because I said to myself, well, this is a good time to socialize and get to meet people and all that. And anyway, so here I am. For those that are newer to the channels or watching this later on and are new to me, will kind of know where I'm coming from. So I appreciate that. Jordan says, if you're not in the Facebook group, you're missing out. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate that. Again, the Facebook group is the same name as the channel, The Beach Life. I think you'll find it as The Beach Life on YouTube, because what was happening was there's actually a Facebook group called The Beach Life, and it's all just posting beach pictures and things like that. So some people had asked me behind the scenes, why did you change your name? There's the answer. For those of you that didn't ask me behind the scenes, I'll give it to you. There's another channel. There's another Facebook group called The Beach Life, much larger than mine, that has a bunch of people posting pictures and things like that. So I wanted to just make sure that I explain that this is the Beach Life on YouTube channel. So that was the reason why. Honestly, there's nothing else. There's nothing else, nothing nefarious behind it. Hey, Blaine, thank you for dropping in that link. So Blaine from Rayleigh Creative Travel, great chat, another great channel out there. He just posted a link. So if you're not part of the group, come join us over there. We'd surely appreciate it. Hello from the rainy Oregon coast, Sheila Dunn. Thank you and welcome in. I appreciate you being here. So are you where? Let's see, where would you be? Are you in Lincoln, Astoria? I spent like 9 months working in Salem, so I'm fairly familiar with the area. I love the Oregon coast, a really beautiful coastline. Water's cold pretty much all along the Pacific, but just nonetheless, still a beautiful coastline. So thank you for being here, Sheila. Much appreciated. Puppy the cat's in here. Welcome in, Puppy. Thank you for being here. I'm going on 5 back-to-back in August. I can't wait. Holy smokes. 5 back-to-backs. Wow. Are you going on the Radiance? Or are you going on the Panorama? Or are you somewhere else? Are you a non-West Coast cruiser? I guess I'm just making the assumption you're a West Coast cruiser. But yeah, let me know. Lincoln County. Okay. Is that west of Salem? Because I remember when I was out there once, one of the people I was working with, they are south of Newport. They took me out to, and I thought it was called Lincoln City. I think that's what the place was called. We went to some like beachside restaurant, beautiful. But just curious. Yeah, not again, like those are the names I remember. I think it's something like Lincoln and then Astoria. That's where my dad's family's from. That's the other one I know. But again, I mainly stayed in and around Salem. That's where I was doing all my work over there in the Willamette Valley region. So, but very cool. I loved Oregon. Very, very nice. Didn't care much for all the rain because I grew up in San Diego, so I'm a little spoiled weather-wise. I'm in Arizona now, but yeah. Cover group for first timers. Yes, thank you again, Blaine, for sharing that. So if you're interested, whether you're a newer cruiser or even experienced cruiser that just likes to help newer cruisers and talk cruising and all that, that's the group there. So feel free to come over and join us there. We would love to have you for sure. We went on our first cruise last week. I want to thank you for all the information you posted. It was a smooth embarkation. Well, thank you, Facebook user. I'd like to thank you personally. So if you could just let me know who you are, I'd love to just acknowledge you and thank you. And this is why I do it. And there's a lot of this feedback that comes to me, whether it's through a Facebook message or on a comment on the videos or, comment on a Facebook post or any of those things. And guys, know I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I know that people appreciate it, but it's so nice to hear it because it really is a ton of work. Those creators that are here will tell you it's a lot of work, right? Because you're taking time away from your vacation, right? Because it's still a vacation at the end of the day to do this, and then the editing afterwards, and then the promoting of it afterwards, all those things, answering questions afterwards. It's a lot of work, but we do it because we love it and we care. And so this type of feedback is much appreciated. So thank you for watching, and thank you. I'm glad that the information was helpful for sure. Yes, that's north of me. Okay, gotcha. Okay. The other place that I went to, Sheila, there was Corvallis, where the home of the Oregon State Beavers. My dad, again, his family's all from the Oregon area. And so you're either a Beavers or a Ducks fan. And I know this isn't cruise talk, but he grew up a Beavers fan and just still, they live in San Diego now, my family, but he still roots for the Beavers. So when I went up there, and I had to go to Corvallis and buy some stuff at the university there, Oregon State University. So that was really cool, but very nice. Nice to have a Oregonian here in the house to chat a little Oregon with. And it's travel, right? I guess not cruising, but it's travel talk. Hey, welcome in. I know a lot of people are popping in. I want to try to get to some of these questions, and then if I see your name again or whatever, I'll make sure to say hello. Hi, Puppy the Cat. Do you have a channel? It has to be interesting with that kind of name. She should have a channel. She's an awesome supporter of the community, but yeah, she should, right? What part of San Diego, Chuck? I grew up in El Cajon, actually. That's where I spent a majority of my life. We moved to San Diego when I was 4 years old. We came to this country when I was 4 years old, and we moved to San Diego City proper, like in Linda Vista. I think you know where it's near Terrasanta. We lived in Linda Vista for, I don't know, I want to say a couple of years, and then a couple, 3 years. And then we moved to El Cajon when I was probably around 8 years old. And then, I grew up in El Cajon and moved to Temecula later on in my adult life, and then moved out here to Arizona. So, but my family, two of my sisters and my mom and dad, et cetera, are all out in San Diego in the Rancho San Diego, Spring Valley area. So if you're familiar with that, I'm sure you are. Antonio Garcia, love the channel. Thank you for everything. When are you cruising next? Antonio, well, thank you. First of all, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for the love. I am cruising next June 10th for my birthday. That was just fortunate that I worked out that way. I've always wanted to cruise on my birthday. Initially I was going to have a San Diego meetup. So last year I met up with a group of friends in San Diego, friends from the cruise community, and was going to do it again this year. But logistically, it was very difficult because the hotel prices in San Diego are super expensive. And listen, I thought to myself, well, it's cheaper for people if they want to come to, meet up and hang out for my birthday, maybe just go on a cruise, because most of my friends are cruisers. So why not just do it on a cruise ship? Much cheaper, includes your food, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, so it turned into, it's not really a group cruise. It's just people coming to hang out. And I'm very, very blessed that, these 9 friends, 10 friends, whatever turns out to be, plus meeting a lot of people in the Facebook group. So I'm looking forward to meeting a bunch of people that I've interacted with in the roll call group. So, and I'll talk about that. If I forget, somebody remind me to talk about roll call groups and the importance of that. So especially for newer cruisers that might be in here. Chat is busy, so I love that. That's very nice. Thank you guys. So if I miss a question, just remind me to throw a question in front of it. So I'll be on the Carnival Glory out of New Orleans, 5 cruises for 7 days each. That's 35 days. Holy smokes. Very cool. Out of New Orleans on the Glory. Okay. We just had some friends that just got off the ship today, if I recall correctly, that we're just doing a trip on the Glory. So very nice. That's 35 days. Wow, Jordan. Holy smokes. That is awesome. Yeah, that's what do you call those? Cruise goals. Hashtag cruise goals, right? Julio Garcia. Gotcha. Okay, thank you, Julio. Let's see here. Whoa, gosh, that chat jumps. And one thing I dislike about StreamYard. Sure you hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Blaine. Appreciate you, man. Hey, Paul Vines, welcome in. Ronnie and Alma from Life is Good today. Thank you. Welcome in. Trying to catch people I may have missed in my hey there, John and Nancy. Thank you. Welcome in. Historian JC, what's your next cruise? You may. Sorry, I know I'm getting behind on the chat, but I think you may have just heard me. Thank you. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. And it is June 10th, my birthday cruise. So, and I'll talk about the other ones. Let me try to get caught up in the chat, and then I'll come back and talk about what other cruises I have planned. Inland Empire. Okay. Yeah. That's where I was in Temecula for 3 years. Hey there, Historian. That reminds me of a TV show called Cat Puppy. It's really close to that. Yeah, isn't there, was it like a cartoon where there's like a cat dog one or something like that? Hey, Party of the Sea, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Anyways, Alaskan 10-day cruise on June 10th too. Whoa, very nice. So I've been to Alaska multiple times, but all for work. I've been to Anchorage. I've been to Ketchikan, Seward, Homer, Wasilla, Valdez. Those are the ones I could think of off the top of my head. I've been there multiple times. And then when I was there, I also went to a bunch of different cities. I feel like I'm missing some. Homer, Seward, yeah. But the Kenai Peninsula there. Anyway, I've been there for work, but never really got to enjoy it, as from a tourist standpoint. When we were in Ketchikan, I did get to explore a little bit, did the little walking tour on my own where you can walk around and read the little signs. I don't know if they still have that. That was like, I don't know, early 2000s. Walk around and read the little signs, and walked up to where the salmon hatchery is and stuff like that. And it was really cool. Very neat experience. So enjoy that Alaska cruise. We've had some friends that have just done the Alaskan cruise. So very cool. Hello. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of a TV show on YouTube, so I think you know what I mean. Yeah, it's okay. You can say it. No, you can say the name of the TV show. Not a problem. Hey, Fairy Does. Yeah, long time no see. What's going on? Glad that you're able to make it in. Yeah, these Sunday pop up. It's kind of nice. I feel like Sundays is a good day. I used to go live every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But I feel like, especially as we started getting back to normal life, I feel like people just, it's Friday night. I want to go and do other things and not sit in front of my computer. So I figured other people are doing the same things. I figured, whenever I feel like it, if there's an opportunity to pop up on a Sunday and say howdy to everybody, why not, right? So thank you, Fairy Dust. Glad you're able to pop in. Wow, not sure I could do 35 days unless it's a much larger cabin. Yeah, like part of me is always like, oh man, yeah, that'd be great. Like I could live on a cruise ship. I don't know though. I mean, like you think about it, that's a long time. And yeah, it definitely, the cabin would make a big difference, Chuck. I agree. Hey, Amethyst, welcome in. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Happy early birthday. Thank you, Antonio. Appreciate that, Tony. Hellos, a lot of hellos. Am I missing anybody? I think I'm all caught up. Okay, one more here. I think June is the only month with the most inexpensive price on Carnival Cruise Lines. July and August is the most expensive. Yeah, it's tough. So July, I have nothing booked. So that's a perfect segue. And Richard Carrier, thank you, brother. What's going on? Saying hey to all. Okay, so let me just talk about that. That's a perfect segue. So I have the June 10th, cruise again here this coming Friday, and then July I have open. And I'm going to throw this out there here in the chat. I was going to throw it in some of my Facebook groups and stuff. I'm looking at doing an all-inclusive resort in Cancun with my family, my wife and 3 daughters. So maybe her sister and her family might go. I don't know. I'm not counting on that. I know that we are as a family looking to do an all-inclusive resort in July, end of July. So if anybody has any recommendations or anything like that for Cancun resorts, so my daughters are almost 18, 14, and 10. So just keep that in mind. Something that would be good for all of us. We love excursions. We're not huge. My wife and I are not huge drinkers or huge eaters. For multiple reasons. We both had the gastric sleeve surgery, so that's a big part of it. But we're more of like, we want to go out and do stuff and do excursions and that kind of thing. So please, if you keep those things in mind, any recommendations you have. So that's what I have July. I'm holding for July. And then August 5th, I'll be back on the Radiance. My friend Kathy that I mentioned earlier, that will be her birthday cruise. So I am jumping on that one. That's going to be a tough one. I almost had to cancel it because of work, but I'm going to make it. I have to fly out to a work site out of state. So I'm just going to make it work. So I'm keeping that one. September, I'm going on the Horizon. I mentioned that earlier. September 11th, it's going to be a 6-day Western Caribbean cruise, Cozumel, Ocho Rios, and Grand Cayman. So that one's going to be with my friends. Midlife Crazy, they're hosting a group cruise. It's going to be like 50 plus people on that. That's going to be insane. Looking forward to that. October, I don't have anything booked. They canceled a bunch of stuff because of the miracle going into dry dock, and let me come back to this. Going into dry dock, so they canceled a bunch. So I'm trying to, and then they made 1 a 2-day cruise, which is absolutely not worth it. So I'm just trying to find something that will work in October. Historian are partially collect. Cheaper dates are in August and January and stuff like that. Yeah, August, that's true. Or August, because most people are back in school. June. I know July is just crazy, and June, of course, as well. But yeah, usually once you start getting past August into September, etc., that's definitely a better time. I like cruising in October. That's my absolute favorite time to cruise. Always, as a family, when we used to cruise, we'd go in October or May, end of May, because in Arizona, the kids get out of school at the end of May. So I got a great deal on my July Alaskan cruise. Very nice. I also forgot to mention hurricane season. Yeah, there's that. So, yep, I got a great deal for end of July, early August, but I'm not sure that deal has passed. I'm sure that deal has passed. Okay, gotcha. I got amazing deals to Alaska on Carnival for the first 2 cruises. Yeah, lots of people got some really good Alaska deals. I got a bunch of Australia deals, but yeah, that's not happening. Cat Puppy, there's an old TV show cartoon called Cat Dog. Gotcha. Yep, that's what I was thinking of too. So awesome on everyone's deals. Cruise life rocks. It absolutely does. It really does. Nice that you're cruising to Western Caribbean. Love Grand Cayman. Yeah. So historian, the thing is, when I went there last time, that was the last cruise we did. October as a family. October 2019. my wife, kids, and actually my mom and dad joined us for that one. And my mom, was in her 70s and stuff. She was with us. She'd come out with the excursions. And I wanted to do something that was more, something that she could do as well. So we just did tours, like personalized van tours in all these different places. And I didn't get to do all the fun, exciting stuff that I wanted to, like in Jamaica, go to Dunn's River Falls and, do the zip lining or, any of those things that I wanted to do. So this time around, since I'm going with this big group of friends, I'll be able to experience most of that. So I'm really looking forward to that. You should do the 10-10 on the Radiance. It has to be a Friday to Monday. So let me look real quick. 10-10. Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could do that one. I did look at it. Somebody else had mentioned it, or maybe who is this? Just out of curiosity. Maybe it was you that mentioned it before. Facebook user. All it shows me, as you can see, is Facebook user. But somebody had mentioned that to me, and I was like, thank you for the happy early birthday. Appreciate that. Whoever that was, the next other Facebook user. Yeah, if you guys can jump over to YouTube, that would be great, because I'd love to acknowledge people by name and stuff. But if you can't, I know some people prefer Facebook, and that's okay as well. Excuse me. So let me go back. So October is kind of up in the air. I got to find me a Friday to Monday that works. So that's still undecided. And then I have, hi, Kim. Thank you. Appreciate it. I wish I could do that October 10th. I have to eat up way too many PTO days, which I don't have anymore. I've used them all up. This cruise that I'm going on that I mentioned, the group cruise, because I'm going in early, a couple days early to go spend time in Miami with this group of friends and all that. So I'm chewing up a ton of vacation time on this year just for that, unfortunately. So right now the only thing I could do are these Friday, Monday deals, because again, having that Friday off helps. Somebody coming in saying, hey, Facebook user, hey, back to you. Let me know who this is so I can say hey back in a more personal way other than just Facebook user. So I appreciate that. Okay, so October's still up in the air. November, I just recently booked. I want to say it's November 11th. Let me bring up my handy dandy calendar over on this other screen, but I'm almost positive it's November 11th. So that one I will be on. And then Evan and I had booked a few months back. We booked December 2nd. So he'll be cruising with me again December 2nd. I think right now, as far as I'm concerned, November 11th, that will be a solo cruise. I mean, other than people that I've chatted with in the Facebook group, I won't have anybody with me on that one that I know of. Nancy's saying we're looking so forward to that BBD rum run. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. It is Janet. Hi, Janet. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know who it is. Unfortunately, like I said, I won't know every time somebody comments because there's so many people saying it says Facebook user. So again, if you could come over to YouTube, that'd be great. I can have a moderator. I can post the link. So you can just come over and shoot over to YouTube. If you're not a YouTube person, I get it, but I don't know how you would have found me if you didn't, but that's okay. So looking forward to meeting you. Oh, puppy, me too. Me too. I cannot wait. So many people on that cruise that I've been talking to virtually for such a long time, whether it's here, or Marco Polo or whatever. So can't wait to meet so many people. Hey, this is London. Yep, that one I have memorized. Hi, London. Welcome in. Saying, hi, honey. I hope you have a fun birthday celebration cruise. Now, you're coming in right after me, right? On the 13th, if I remember correctly. I know it sucks. And hopefully I know other people have said, oh, I wish I would have known. I'd already booked, whatever. My problem is, and I know people have hit me up again behind the scenes asking, hey, are you ever going to do a group cruise or whatever? My problem is I do everything so spontaneous. That's just the way I am. Luckily, my wife is the same way. We are just super spontaneous people. We're not pre-planners by any means. So this was me. This cruise was initially a meetup in San Diego, a land-based meetup, and then it turned into a group cruise. So not even a group cruise. It turned into a gathering, right? A friends gathering. So just, I hope so in the future I can give people more time and, I can give people more time to be able to, plan accordingly if they want to jump on. I love it. I didn't even think people would want to, not saying that people would want to cruise with me, would go out of their way, right, to do that. But that's one thing we learn as cruise creators is how many people really love and respect what we do. And I truly appreciate that. And I love and respect. That's another point I wanted to make. Let me just say hello to some people. Oh, no worries. No worries. Julie's Journey 2 saying happy birthday. Sorry, not on your cruise. Understood. Yep. So I was just saying, going on the 13th, it's my husband's birthday. Oh, cool. Gemini, fellow Gemini, hashtag fellow Gemini. So that's what I wanted to say is that I get it and I understand. And one other thing I wanted to mention, somebody had told me, hey, I saw you on the cruise ship. I wanted to say hello, but I didn't want to bother you. Guys, listen, we as creators, and all the creators in the house can attest to this. We are who we are and what we do as a channel because of you, right? So for us, we expect that. No, I shouldn't say expect. That's probably not it. We appreciate. There you go. That's the better word. We appreciate when people come up and acknowledge us and say hello and thank you. And I do that. I always like sometimes people will ask to take a picture, or if not, sometimes they're shy to ask, and I'll take a picture and say, hey, do you mind if I take a picture? And I'll post it in the Facebook group because I want to acknowledge the people that are doing this, that are taking the time to watch, to support, and do all those things. So if you see me on the ship, that all saying that. If you see me on the show, come up and say hello. And if you want to take a picture and you want to, have it posted in the Facebook group, some people are shy and they're like, no, it's okay. Don't post it on Facebook or whatever. Maybe they're, the witness protection program. No, I'm just kidding. So, no, but anyway, I truly appreciate it. So if you see me, come up and say hello. It's not a bother at all. So even if I'm eating, like one time I was a few times in the dining room and people will come up and say hello. And I appreciate it. I really do. So it doesn't bother me at all. Making ribs, but listening. No worries, Chuck. It's funny you're mentioning, again, just going to go off on a little thing. Since I had that surgery, I hadn't had ribs. And so it's been since September of last year. Yeah, September of last year. So I tried some ribs at my buddy's house last night. Man, did not sit well with me. Too heavy, unfortunately, which is a bummer because I absolutely love ribs. But my stomach is, it's not even been a year. It's not ready. It wasn't ready for it. Let's just say so. But that's awesome. Love ribs. Hi, honey. See you next week. Time to celebrate. There's CA Cruiser, my good friend Kathy that I was talking about earlier. And I cannot wait to see you. I've enjoyed multiple cruises with Kathy and friends of hers that I've got to meet and befriend as well. Really, really awesome people. And that's the thing I absolutely love about cruising is the relationships that are made through it. I mean, early on, it was through the cruise community. Nobody was cruising, so it was through the live shows like this. People come in and you get to know each other, and then slowly that moved over into this thing called Marco Polo. It's like a little video chat, so you can have video chats one-on-one, or you can do a video chat. And I say video chat, it's more like you leave a video message, then somebody else responds, and that kind of thing. So we have groups, right? Like a group ones, or you could do like small groups or large groups, or you could do one-on-ones. Anyway, so it was really nice. It was a good way to interact with people. And now that I'm putting out content and getting to meet all these new people and chatting, this is the best way for me to communicate with you guys. I know I do it through Facebook and all that, but it's just a fun way to just gather every once in a while. I can't commit to doing it regularly, but when opportunities present itself like they did today, I have no problem. I have no problem doing it. So I love it and it's fun. So who's going on the Carnival Miracle on June 10th through June 20th if you are 5 days later? Anybody? Are you in the okay, yeah, that's not till October till they put it in drop down. So are you in the roll call group for that one? Just out of curiosity. And that's a good segue. Thank you. Hey, there's Wanda. I was just talking to it. Yeah, I decided to do a pop-up live, Wanda. Sorry. I just decided to pop up and do a live show. And I was just talking earlier about my birthday cruise with all of you guys. So what's the best, safest way to get to La Bufadora? Okay, I'll talk about that. I was going to segue into something, and then I had the squirrel moment. Roll call groups. ODOW, I'll get to this question, but I just want roll call groups. If you're not familiar with them, again, if you're watching this on a replay later on, those roll call groups are really nice. It's a good opportunity. I tell you that my only regret on my first solo, which was back in January 21st, I think it was, or whatever, was not joining the roll call group early enough to make some friends and stuff like that. Not that it's very difficult to make friends on a cruise ship, but it would have been nice to kind of build some relationships and friendships and, prior to that. So I encourage you to do that. If nothing else, a good way to find out what events are happening. Sometimes people set up meet and greets and slot pools or bar crawls, things like that. So if you can, if you're not, if you're going on the Radiance, I have a list of all the roll call groups in the Carnival Radiance cruise page. So come on over there. If you're not part of that group, join it. I'm an admin in there, and I have a whole list of all the different roll call groups to share with you. Okay. With that said, the question: what's the best and safest way to get to Lobby Fedora? I would definitely take a tour. One of the things that people told me about taking a taxi out there, and others in here, please feel free to share your opinions. This is just my thought and opinion, is that they'll drop you off, but there's no guarantee you'll get one to come back. And you could, well, let me rephrase that. You will, but they know that you're stuck there and you got to get back. And especially if you're in a hurry to get back to the ship, and they'll take advantage of it. So that was something the locals told me, is to try to do it part of a tour. I used on this last one, I used Big Tony with Las Dunas Tours. I know there's another gentleman that does stuff out there, Arturo, that many people like to use. It's up to you guys. I don't, either one of them, Big Tony, Arturo, you decide. I'm not here to promote either one of them, but I in this particular case, Arturo couldn't make it work for me. Had to be a specific time. It was too early. I'm not an early riser. So I went with Tony, but unfortunately Tony's was late and later than I wanted to go. So he just hooked me up with this other young guy named Victor, and he was good, and it was fine. The video's out there if you want to watch it. So my recommendation to you is either do it through a Carnival tour, or if you choose to do a non-Carnival excursion, either one of those guys, Big Tony or Arturo. Again, I'm not here to promote either one of them, but hopefully that answers your question. Let's see, a lot of highs and hellos, sifting through that, trying to find any questions. Yes, it's great to enjoy meeting other fun people on the cruise or on the YouTube channel. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, 24-hour pizza is the best on the Carnival. Well, the 24-hour pizza right now, unfortunately, is not 24 hours. It stops at 3 a.m. and kicks back in at 10 a.m. And I know some people are like, oh, that's no big deal. That's usually sleeping time for some people. And, for breakfast, that's not usually a go-to. I know some people, they do like to go late pizza, like a lot of the late night casino people, right? They like to go after 3 a.m. and that's the only that's available. So they'll go to the pizza place. And I know, like my buddy Evan, he liked to go there for breakfast, believe it or not. He'd go there and get a Pepsi Zero and a pizza for breakfast. That was his thing. And so, but unfortunately, that's not a majority of the people. So I think Carnival was thinking in this case, this is the least impact, would be the 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. So for right now, unfortunately, not 24-hour, but yeah, I love having that option on Carnival. You're very welcome, ODO Yep, I hope that helps. Yes, Carnival has the best pizza out of all the lines, and I've never been on any of the other lines. I know that Royal has Sorrento's that people talk about, and again, I haven't tried it, so So am I only person here that's loyal to Royal? No, probably, but because most of these people are Carnivillans like me. But yeah, listen, we've had this conversation and debate privately, like in again, going back to Marco Polo. I can't really say anything about the other lines because I haven't been on it. I use this thing called cruise personality. That's kind of the thing. Like people are like, oh, older cruisers like this and younger generation like this. I don't believe that to be the case, honestly. And I'll tell you why. I've seen some older cruisers on Carnival having way better time than younger cruisers, right? And I've seen, younger generation, millennials, whatever, on royal ships and, princess ships or whatever, right? So I don't know that age is really the determining factor. To me, I think there's a thing that I like to refer to as cruise personality. So you find something that matches your cruise personality. I can tell you that Carnival, from what people have told me, it doesn't have the greatest food. You can get better food on, X line, Y line, Z line. Cool. If you're cruising for food, like my friend Wanda, which she tries all the lines. I love to use that line, but she tries all the lines, and that's great. She likes it all for different reasons and stuff like that. So I say try it. Try whatever you think. I just have no desire. I feel like Carnival fits my cruise personality. So at this point, there's no reason not to cruise somebody else. But okay, thanks. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I know. Best tips for first-time cruiser. What things to avoid? Well, I'm going to come back to that because we have a group of people in here that have a lot of different tips and ideas. ODO Dub, I don't know. Are you part of the Carnival first time group? And if not, I'll have one of the mods drop the link again. Come join her there. I think I've talked to you on Facebook and sent you the link, but if I haven't, let me know and we'll get that to you. So we'll get back to this question. It's a great question. Let me just make sure. I'm loyal to cruising any line. Yep. There's a lot of people like that, but 3 a.m. is late enough for me. Gotcha. Cruising for Princess Pizza is the best in my opinion, but I only gluten-free. Gotcha. I've only been on Carnival. The ones I booked on Royal Princess were canceled. Okay. I'm looking forward to sailing on the Princess someday. After all, I'm a princess. LOL, right, Wanda? Gotcha. Old, but still loyal to Carnival. Well, there you go, Chuck. Yes, you are. Carnival is the best for the value. That's a great way to look. 7 cruises with them so far. Scratch Adams, thank you for being here. Welcome in. Yes. Okay, good deal. I just want to make sure. We have spoken on Facebook. You have been very helpful. Okay, good. I know we had spoken. I recognize the name. I just wasn't sure if I had sent you the link for that. So Adams, yes. Kim Merritt, does that go out of Long Beach? Must be something mentioned on Facebook. Okay, so I'll let Kim Merritt answer that. Let me go back to OD's question because it's an excellent question, and we have a lot of great cruise experts in here. So the question is, best tips for first-time cruisers. What's things to avoid? So cruise fam, let's help ODOW, first-time cruiser. What are some things that you like? So let us know in the chat here. Let ODOW know what are some tips that you like to give first timers. What are some things to avoid? So while you guys are so happy you're doing a birthday cruise, honey. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that. Oh, there's my brother, Gary. Well, you must have some time on your hands today. Yeah, I just said that earlier. I had some free time on my hands, and the wife and middle daughter are out. She's working, and she took the middle one with her while she's out doing her real estate thing. The oldest one's working at she works at Hurricane Harbor, a water park out here. So she's at work till 5:30 our time, and the youngest one's spending the night at her friend's house. So I'm like, house to myself, quiet, let's do this. Let's rock and roll. Anyway, so Gary, welcome in, brother. The MDR is included. Okay, so here's some things coming in. Carla says, don't overpack. You know, and this is a tough one for me because I feel like I'd be a hypocrite in saying that because I'm like a chronic overpacker. I always say, these 3-day cruises, I've got it down to a science, this and that. My problem is I like to buy stuff when I'm in port or on the ship. So then the one time I felt like I didn't have enough, I think it was t-shirts or shorts or both. And I didn't have enough room to bring back stuff. So I just like, forget it. So now I always bring a suitcase and a half, if you will, like a carry-on suitcase. And then I have my backpack. So my backpack will have most of my stuff I want to bring onto the ship, and then I'll bring the suitcase and a carry-on, and it's fine. It's not so big. I mean, it's hard, you can't see in the camera, but so it's up to you. If admittedly, chronic overpacker. So yeah, but it's good advice. If you can not overpack, but if you can bring the extra stuff and have the room for it, absolutely. And keep in mind, Carla works at the port, so she doesn't want your extra luggage there. I'm just kidding. Hi, Carla. The MDR is included. Yeah. That's what's surprising, Kathy. I'm glad you brought that up. How many people were not aware of what's included food-wise? Like I remember in March, I was at the Hotel Maya in the hot tub, and I met a family that was in there, and they had no idea. No, it wasn't then. No, because they'd been on a Carnival cruise before. I'm trying to remember where it was. Anyway, I was somewhere where they didn't know what was included. And that's what inspired, because right after that, I did my included food series on my channel of the food that's included on the Carnival cruise ship. So that's true. A lot of people don't know, one, how many things are included and what's included, what's not included. So that is a very good tip there. I'm doing the Long Beach 3 days Radiance cruise in September. It'll be my third one to Ensenada, but first time on Radiance. Okay, awesome. I'm guessing prior to that, if it was Carnival, you probably did it on the Inspiration or Imagination. I miss those ships. They're great little ships. I know a lot of people are like, they had their time, but I like them, man. I was talking to somebody earlier that I like the look and feel of the older atrium with the glass elevators and stuff. I don't know, just something to it. I know I'm a little nostalgic in that sense. So, but very cool. My advice is not to be afraid to try new things and meet new people. Well, Wanda, that is very, very good, excellent advice. And Wanda, I had an opportunity to cruise with her in April, and she's just such an awesome person. And she like wherever you're sitting, She'll have a conversation with you. So be prepared. If you cruise with my friend Wanda, she will just strike up a conversation, and but I feel like that's kind of the cruise life in general. I feel like that's like when I went to Maui last year, and we went with two other couples, my wife and I, and two other couples. And it was like just us, like talking to each other. Like when we were at the pool, everybody kept to themselves or to their groups. There wasn't that interaction. When you're on a cruise ship, there's the Wandas of the world. They're gonna find you and they're gonna talk to you. And so even if you're a bit of an introvert, they'll bring it out of you. So that is great. That is very, very great advice, Wanda. I appreciate that. Thank you. First time cruiser tip: be sure to you print out your luggage tags before you show up at the port. My sister-in-law thought they do it at the port, like at the airport. Well, that's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because I wasn't sure. In my video, in my Long Beach cruise terminal video, and I've shown it multiple times, there's actually a place where you can have your luggage tag printed out. And one time, it's funny because I had researched it prior to it happening to me. I forgot to know. It wasn't that they changed my room and I needed a new luggage tag, and I knew where to go because I had asked about it prior on my prior visit. So where was that at? Just out of curiosity, Nancy. So keep that in mind, guys. So what I put out for Long Beach is specific for Long Beach Cruise Terminal. You may go to another cruise terminal where you may not have that luggage tag printing opportunity. So that's good to know, Nancy. I'm glad you said that. I'll make sure to preface that in my videos when I talk about things that you could do at the Long Beach Cruise Terminal may not apply to other cruise terminals. So that's great advice. Expect to have a great time and get ready to book another cruise. Bingo. Absolutely. If you don't have a great time, you're just not trying. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't times where you're going to run into situations where things are just terrible. There's, maybe you have sewage back up in your room or whatever, right? There's certain things that I get it, but some of the things that people I've seen complain about, it's like, guys, it could be worse, right? And I'm not gonna go off on that tangent. I have enough times, but it could be worse. So yes, absolutely. Plan on having a great time. Go in with a positive attitude. Don't listen to all the whiners and naysayers and stuff like that. Just go in and make it your own adventure. Don't go off of what other people's thoughts are. And yes, absolutely, get ready to book another cruise because I tell you, 99.9% of the time you're going to. I have only cruised Carnival so far, 18 cruises to date. Awesome. Yeah, same here. So for me, this will be 17, I think, my 17th, this one coming up. Put out all the clothes you think you want, then put half of it back. So that's Gary. Gary's advice is, put out all the clothes you think you want. And that's true. I mean, many times I'll bring a lot of extra clothes that I don't need. But again, part of being that chronic overpacker is like, I'm always worried, am I going to have enough this and have enough that? So, but yeah, it's valid advice. Avoid the engine room. That's all because cruise ships is a really positive place. Avoid the engine room. That's all because cruise ships is a really positive place. Avoid the engine room for sure. I get it. I just want to make sure that wasn't like a place. Yeah, for sure. Avoid the engine room. I hear good things about Radiance. Anyone else have positive stories, experiences? So, and others feel free to share. I mean, Scratch, if you followed my channel, I've always, had more than, this will be my seventh. Okay, let's see, every month since January plus one. I did back to back in March. Anyway, January, February, March, April, May. So this will be my 7th time on the Radiance, and I've got a few more books. So you'll hear nothing but positive things. Are there things that are like, could this be better? Or could this? Yeah, absolutely. But I've enjoyed it. So I'll let other people, chime in that have been on the Radiance and give their experiences. But if there's anything specific you'd like to know, let me know. I love guest services. People are very, very good people on that ship. The staff is really great. I can recommend like the bar. Well, by the time you go on, maybe, because even for me, when I go back on June, a lot of the people that I would recommend staff-wise are going to be leaving, unfortunately. My tip is pack it all. See, Nancy's my overpacking sister. Yeah, pack it all. Yeah, pack it all for sure. First things first, do the mustard drill. Yes, thank you, London. Yes, thanks for that reminder. Please, 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 new cruisers or experienced cruisers alike, please go get that mustard drill out of the way first and foremost. It's like literally minutes. I know most of the time when everybody gets on the ship, they're hungry, they're thirsty. I get it. just go do that muster drill as quickly as possible. Get it out of the way. If you want to go drop your stuff off first, that's fine too. But yeah, get that muster drill done. Cruise lines don't restrict as much as the airport. Yeah, that's true. Baggage wise, yeah, definitely. That's very true. My tip: try all the restaurants, free and pay. Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier too, Chuck. Is that I had always like, it's fine, blah blah blah, and I didn't really try the specialty restaurants. And now I'm glad I did. I had the opportunity to both either go on my own or be invited by my friend Kathy. She invited me to Gigi's when we were on the Panorama together. Thank you, Kathy. That was amazing. She's invited me to Cucina. I went with her to Cucina, but I've also gone on my own. Awesome. When it was open. Right now it's temporarily closed. And then now recently the steakhouse. Oh, Bonsai Sushi. I've tried that many times. So absolutely. If you can and you can afford it, try it. It's a very good value. I truly, truly mean that. It's a good value for sure. Know what to put in your carry-on. Yes, absolutely. And Carnival has a lot of information on their website. I know a lot of people rely on Facebook groups or YouTube videos. And I've said this in my videos and even on Facebook is that, don't rely solely on Facebook and YouTube for all of your information. Do some research because things are changing all the time. And I always try to caveat everything as of this date or at this time or when I was on my last cruise. Because I see people answer questions and it's like, when was your last cruise? Parking wasn't $17 at the Long Beach Cruise Terminal for a long time, So just keep that in mind when you're researching. Yes, tell new cruisers that the MDR is included. Thank you, Facebook user. Hi, Mom. Thanks for being in here. I love my mom. She's one of my biggest fans, my biggest supporters. Like your wine. Yes, yeah. Make sure your wine is with you in your carry-on or in your hand or whatever. But don't put it in your bags and your check bags. Same thing with your soda, 12-pack of not just soda, but non-alcoholic cans and stuff like that. Make sure they're with you. Do not pack your travel documents in your suitcase. Oh gosh. So again, I mentioned Carla works at the port, so I'm sure she's seen that a bunch of times. So Carla, yeah, any things like that you've seen at the port that can help people out, please share that. So yeah, do not pack your travel documents in your suitcase. Carry a backpack if you can, or if you have a carry-on, put them in there, but definitely do that. Have cash with you to tip porters when you arrive. Yeah, and I'll tell you, especially in Long Beach, they're not shy. And I've mentioned that and showed you that in my videos. They're not shy about the tipping. So $2 to $3 a bag, whatever you can afford, obviously. But I try to, depending on the bag, if it's a bigger, heavier bag, $3. If it's a smaller bag, $2. So usually I bring the 2 bags, so I do $5 and call it good. Hello, Mama's guys. I'm doing my first Carnival in 10 years in September. I'm scared. You'll be fine. You'll be with 50 plus friends, Gary. You'll be just fine. So we live in Santa Cruz, so it's nice to be able to drive down south to the cruise port instead of flying. And that's nice. I wish I lived closer. I usually try to break up the trip. So I live in Arizona, but I live on the west side of Arizona, and I drive out to San Diego, go see my mom and dad in San Diego, and then I'll drive up Friday morning and drive up to the port. And it helps. It kind of breaks up the trip. I don't have to get a hotel room, so it works out great. But yeah, man, I wish it would be nice to be closer. Another hi, Mama Skiles. You'll do great, Gary. Be prepared. I will talk to you. Be prepared. Exactly. I do. I love talking to Wanda too. It's so nice going on that cruise. I need tips on what to bring on my first Alaskan cruise or what not to bring. I have a balcony already. All right, my Alaska cruisers, Mary Ellen, Dylan, and others. Nancy, I think you just got off one, right? So all my Alaska cruisers, please feel free to chime in. I've never cruised to Alaska, so I'm going to defer that one to my Alaskan cruiser friends. Thank you. I love spending time with you too. You're so fun. To Nancy, get cruise insurance. So when I was cruising with my family, and maybe I should for myself too, when I was cruising with my family, I'd always get cruise insurance. So that's a good one too. Like I said, on these weekend ones, I haven't been getting it, but you know what? I may do some of my friends told me there's like a yearly plan you can purchase through, gosh, I can't think of the name right now. If anybody remembers the name, it's like a more common one that a lot of people use. Gosh, I want to say it starts with an A, but anyway, but there's one, and I guess it offers like a yearly one for as often as I cruise. That's probably what I should do. So good reminder. It'll be a great cruise. I do know if your boarding pass won't scan, they'll print you a new one. Yeah, so that's another good one that people don't know is that Carnival in general And Carla, just reconfirm this. I know at Tampa, Richard Yutz had told me that they don't have the technology to be able to scan the phones. So they need that to be able to scan the barcode on the paper. So even if you brought it on your phone, they're going to print it out so they can scan the barcode. So just keep that in mind, is that print your boarding pass even if you have it on your phone, or they'll just print it for you. Sailed on the Carnival Inspiration back in June 9, 2019, the Imagination June 1, 2016 on a 4-day cruise to Ensenada. Really missed the Twister water slide. Well, at least we still have some fantasies. Yeah, not many. So the Elation's still around. That was my first ever cruise back in August of 99. So she's still hanging around. Sensation just left. That was another cruise I'd been on, or fantasy class I'd been on. I'm trying to remember what's the other one. Help me out, guys. I know the Elation's still around. Ships. Let's see. Anyone else going to be on Radiance for the September 16th sailing? Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not doing any Radiance ones in September. As I mentioned earlier, I will be on the horizon in September. So let us know. Anybody in here going to be on that September 16th sailing? Remember to hydrate. So this is the nurse talking. Remember to hydrate when you are drinking. Also eat between the drinking. Very, very good advice. Yes, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And eat. Long Beach, California port, where the Queen Mary is kicking at is my only port. So Inspiration was my first cruise. Yeah, I love that port. I loved when the Queen Mary was open. I used to love to go there, prior to embarkation. Like we'd get there early and go sit and have coffee on the Queen Mary and stuff. I really miss having that. Cruising Food says get the drink package. Yeah, absolutely. If you're a drinker and you're going to drink more than the, I can't remember what the break even is 6 drinks. I don't know what it is anymore, but I think it's around 6 drinks or something like that a day. Then it's definitely worth considering for sure. In Seattle, they did let you fill out luggage tags there, but there's a huge line. It was drizzling out. Ugh. Okay, gotcha. In Port Carnival, they have empty luggage tags that the porters can write your cabin number on, but cannot print luggage tags. Good point. I should clarify that. Even in Long Beach, they don't print them out. Very good point. They had a tag that they wrote it on. Same thing for me too. So yes, they just write it on tags. They do not print it out. They print out boarding passes for you. The Carnival employees will print out boarding passes, but the luggage tags are right. They are written, not printed. I'm an overpacker. I'd rather have an article of clothing hoodie than not have it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just little things like that. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so behind. I love the fact that everybody's talking and chatting and asking questions. Try the chef's table. So that was on my radar for my birthday cruise. And of course, that was one of the things along with Cucina that they've temporarily stopped. So, but yeah, I want to try that chef's table. I know that it's way more food than I can eat, unfortunately, with my gastric sleeve surgery, but you know what? For the experience, it's worth just going and trying it. It's good to be prepared, of course. 21 times on the Radiance. It's a wonderful ship. Wow, Kathy. I know you've been on there a lot. 21 times. Wow. I've heard nothing good about the Radiance because no one will tell me how the Reuben tastes, so I'm assuming it's bad. Now, Gary, has anyone had a Reuben sandwich? I don't want to keep hearing this Reuben sandwich talk from Gary. Can anybody tell me if they've tried the Reuben on the Radiance? He's giving me a hard time because he always asks me to try the Reuben, but Gary, I only have this much stomach space, and I can't eat a Reuben sandwich, and I hate wasting food. So if anybody's tried a Reuben, let Gary know. Scott Jones, sailed Radiance twice. I'm going next week again with Honey. I really enjoy it. Great staff. Not too big of a ship, so I don't get lost. Fun. Yes, very well put. Are there any ways to check how full your ship is before sailing? Not that I know of. Every time I find out, it's usually when I get on the ship, I check with my friends over at Guest Services, and they let me know. Like the last one we were on, Evan and I in May, was 3,100, I think they said, 3,100 people. And that was the other thing that I didn't know, something new that I learned, is that even though it says the occupancy or whatever, like when you look it up, it says like 2,700, that's how many based off double occupancy. It doesn't take into account third and fourth guests, fifth guests, I guess, if there's rooms that hold 5 as well. So it doesn't take those into account. So you could have, because people were like, well, you said 3,100 is only 2,700. Well, because that's the double occupancy doesn't account for the third, fourth, and fifth people. So just in case you didn't know, I learned that as well. I had to go find out. I was like, wait a minute. I'll try to see if they have gluten-free bread, Gary. Okay. Thanks a million. Is there only one parking garage lot for the Radiance? Well, they have the one parking garage. I don't know if you've gotten to this video yet, but the one I just did recently, I actually walked out to the overflow, oversized parking, and that thing is massive. It goes a long, long way. So they have the huge parking structure, which you shouldn't have a problem finding parking in, and then they have that overflow lot. If that is full for whatever reason, they have a huge overflow, oversized parking lot just to the back side of it. And again, I had that in my recent video. When you get to it, I know you've been watching some of my videos, so you'll see that there. Carla saying no, Scratch Adams. I can't remember what the question was, but it's not a Reuben if it's gluten free. Take a small fan if you can fit in your luggage. Yeah, I have. I don't have it in here. I usually have my bag in here, my cruise bag, but I have a really nice little small fan, USB, charge fan, and I bring that with me. It's got a magnet at the bottom. It's nice because when the walls are magnetic, you can put it above you and have that nice cool air blowing on you. If you're a person that likes a fan, just either for the white noise or just having that extra airflow or whatever. Great advice, Facebook user. Very, very good. Nancy, I'm going to have to rewatch your packing video before I go. Where am I there, Gary? Smuggle at your own risk. Carry on your CPAP. Yeah, another good one. So I used the CPAP for the longest time before my surgery. And definitely have it in your carry-on bag. And, a lot of people will ask, do I need to bring an extension cord? Do they have them on the ship? They do have them. But the worst case scenario is, and I don't know if this could happen, but, is that they have a bunch of them used, people get them and then you don't have one. So if you can bring one with you, it wouldn't hurt, to bring one with you. But yeah. And again, carry on your CPAP. Great advice. $3 to $5 a bag for the tipping. Okay, Gary, I see you. Big tipper. Make sure you have the right documents to sail. Very, very good advice. Make sure you have your passports that are not expired. Make sure you have, your birth certificate, or if you're not using the passport, birth certificate with your ID, things like that. Absolutely great advice. Signed up for cruise groups. However, Wi-Fi wasn't working well and didn't meet anyone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's tough. So let's kind of break that down. So the Wi-Fi not working definitely makes it tough because people still communicate through the Facebook group and say, hey, we're, whatever. So yeah, that's tough. If the Wi-Fi isn't working, that's a tough one. So I don't know what to say, but it's a good opportunity to meet people, but the cruise groups for sure. What I did notice, a lot of people don't chat a lot in there. Like, you'll have these groups, like 100 people in there, and like, it's usually the same 20 or some odd people that are talking. So I guess my additional advice is don't be shy. Don't be shy. Feel free to talk, ask questions. You'll be surprised how many people are very, very friendly and want to chit chat and get to know each other. Be generous with extra tipping of the hardworking staff. Tip before the last day in case your favorite workers aren't there that last day. Yeah, that's really good advice. I've been starting to bring cash with me on hand, smaller bills and things like that to do that on the cruise. So that's very good advice, Nancy. For Alaska, somebody was asking about Alaska. For Alaska, bring sweaters and a poncho. So for the Alaska cruisers, Nancy says, I wish I brought more nice short sleeve shirts for Alaska. Our weather there was beautiful. Yeah, somebody was mentioning that with Alaska is that they, there's that misconception that it's just going to be freezing cold all the time and stuff like that. So that's really good advice, Nancy. Thank you for sharing that. That's it. And I see Kathy said the same thing. Alliance, how you pronounce it? Yeah. Okay. Good, Wanda. I'll have to reach out to you and see what you think about that. Or you can let us know in here. But have you had to use it before? Those kind of things. I'm just curious. But that's who I've always got my cruise insurance with in the past, like one time. So that's who I'm going to do my yearly plan with. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. Thank you, Wanda and Kathy. I have an annual plan through. Oh, there you go. And Mary, Ellen, Dylan. Great insurance, great company. Okay, good. So there you go. People that cruise regularly or often, if you get cruise insurance, look into that. If you book through a travel agent, talk to the travel agent and, maybe book, do it through them or just do it on your own. So if you're on Medicare, cruise insurance is a must as you're not covered outside the U.S. All right, good to know that. Thank you, Gary, for sharing that. So that is very good advice. Tip, keep your phones away from the planks. They have a habit to jump sail. No. Oh, gosh, I have a feeling that's from personal knowledge. Yeah, that's my worst fear was I have, like one time I was doing a video from my balcony when I was in Ensenada, and, oh, man, I was so scared I was going to drop my phone because I just was holding it. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, my worst fear. Paradise is part of the fantasy class. Okay, the Paradise is another one that's still around. Yes, Amy, you are correct. Boarding passes need to be printed at Port Canaveral. They have to be stamped, proving your health assessment, and then you're checked into the ship. That was the other thing of needing to print the boarding passes, Carla. Thank you for the reminder that that's what you guys use to stamp as well. So another reason why they need to be printed out. So great. Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. Save the ecstasy. Is that the one that's still around too? The ecstasy. Bring prescription containers with your pill boxes, especially if you're going to a foreign port and taking prescription medication with you ashore. Okay, yeah, that's really good to know. Yeah, if you're taking that prescription ashore, yeah, have those containers with you. Good advice, Chuck. Thank you. Advice for Alaska: don't underestimate how cold it is in the summer. Pack extra layers and super warm jackets. So there you go. So it could be cold. I mean, again, I guess, pack for layers, right? I guess in this particular, like she says, pack extra layers. That's the best way, because inside the ship, I'm guessing it's probably warmer. So you want to be able to strip off a few layers if needed as well. So for first timers, once ship sails, set your phone to airplane mode. Yeah, very good advice. Or you're going to be in a surprise when you get home. Yeah, switch to airplane mode if you're getting the ship Wi-Fi. Switch to that ship Wi-Fi as soon as possible. Sorry, I'm gonna get some water. Switch to that ship Wi-Fi as soon as you can. So, cruising for food. Want to say I love Chef's Table. For Alaska, water-resistant shoes and jacket layers. Lay out what you think you need and cut it in half. Gotcha. Yes, sir. Alaska will be 64 on summer. Pretty chill. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. So again, I think mostly maybe the people that were saying about the short sleeves or cooler clothing would be from probably inside the ship would be my guess. Or some people, especially if you're like Nancy's from colder climate, she's from Wisconsin, so for her 64 is probably like summer weather. And I saw her out there sunbathing. In that. So for first-time cruisers, you can order as many apps, entrees, and desserts as your heart desires in MDR. Be adventurous. That is true. The appetizers, entrees, dessert. Try it, and then that way you know what you like and don't like, and for future cruises you can you'll know, because their menu stays pretty consistent. So that's one thing. Don't forget to pack Ziploc bags and your press and seal for the food to take some. Well, actually, yeah, that's true, especially now, because one of the biggest complaints I'm hearing is the lack of availability of free food options after hours. So after 10, so bonsai is paid. So like the pizza place is the only thing that's available. So a lot of people are saying, hey, bring some Tupperware with you, or bring some plastic bags, put it in your cooler fridge in your room, so you have some snack stuff later. So yeah, that's a great advice, actually. Hey Janice, welcome in. Daniel Fields says just got home 5 days. Daniel Fields and Nancy Fields will be joining me on that birthday cruise. Thank you for being here. There are a couple kiosks on board, and you're able to change large bills into small bills. Yeah, I've been trying to get that darn video out. I did do it on the panorama, so if anybody wants to see it, I did have a video where I did this on the panorama, but I've been wanting to do a newer one, updated one that shows other things you can do on those kiosks, including the changing the bills. So that's another great cruise tip, of course. I have no idea what to pack for Alaska. I'll be there July 21 through 27, birthday cruise. Awesome. I know I tend to freeze on the ship. Okay. Well, I think the common denominator is make sure to pack for layers. The Allianz, whatever policy I bought has COVID-19 coverage. Read specifically what is covered. Okay. All right, Marilyn, I'm going to have to hit you up so I know exactly what you got there so I can copycat. So thank you for that. I'll have to make myself a note to remember to reach out to you. Okay, let's see. Or Mary Ellen, can you do me, if you're near your computer or whatever, send me a message on Facebook and just remind me to or just tell me what plan you got. I'd appreciate it, because I know I'll probably forget by the time the show's over. I dropped my phone. The wind took it off my balcony 15 minutes after sail away on the Mardi Gras back in January. Oh, okay. I remember that happening to you. I thought maybe it also had happened to her too. Bring extra prescription meds in case a trip is extended unexpectedly. That's a great advice. That's great advice, because it's been happening recently. In some cases, so that's very, very good advice. Bring some extra prescription meds. Oh no, Amy, that stinks. Airplane mode at sailor party at the latest. Yep, that's true. Say the sailor party, switch that phone over to airplane mode. Yeah, you don't want that. It happened to us. My wife forgot to do it. We had a $300-$400 some odd bill when we came back. Luckily, Sprint, we did the one-time courtesy. Hey, we'll help you out this one time, but not everybody will be so nice. So, hang on one second. Sorry. Let me just let my wife know I'm doing a nice live show. Hopefully it's not an emergency. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, looking forward to the BBD. In Alaska in the morning, and on the water it'll be cooler, warmer. Sometimes the port layers are key. Okay. Not an emergency, so I can chat with her later. Yep, a little snack in the cooler comes in handy. Yeah, absolutely. I brought back my cheesecake from the steakhouse because there was no way I was going to be able to eat it after all that food, and it was a nice little snack for me later. So absolutely. See you soon, honey. Yes, Nancy. I can't wait. Can't wait. Early succeeding. Okay, let's see. Whoa, chat jumped. Ziploc bags are excellent to waterproof your phone around the pool or beach. Yeah, so there's another use for those Ziploc bags to help give you some waterproofing for your phone and sandproofing too, right? If you're at the beach to keep the sand away from it. So, yep, great advice. Taking notes for next June. Cool. July is good, but wet for Alaska. So raincoats. Gotcha. Let's see. Just trying to jump ahead. We have an extra phone on trips. That's not a bad idea. Let's see here. What's a good first drink on Carnival? Lately I've been getting the Twilight Zone. I love Midori. That's kind of one of my favorites. I used to like drinking Midori sours and stuff. I know it's not very manly, I guess, whatever. But anyway, but I like the Twilight Zone because it has Midori in it. So that's my favorite. So let us know what's your favorite first drink. I know we've been doing the tips, but if you guys want to drop in there what your favorite first drinks are, let's talk about that. Sorry to hear that. Check YouTube videos for your ship and cabin type. You'll learn so much in making your first cruise much easier. There are many videos for all ships and cabin, including Honey's. Yeah, exactly. Of course, there's so many other people that are doing YouTubes and cabins and cabin videos and all that. So absolutely great advice, Chuck. Is that check that. And I mean, some people don't care. They're like, I don't care, or whatever. But I know a lot of people like to check that stuff. So it's good. It's good to go and see what you're. Yeah, like I just put that video out earlier today with the interior cabin with a porthole. Like a lot of people didn't know. I was surprised that you can pay an interior price, but have an ocean view through these portholes. Now they're not the big window like you get an ocean view, but if you'll see in the video, it's not bad. So, if you don't really care, like for me, I don't mind, even if it's just an interior, but hey, if I can get a little bit of view at an interior price, why not, right? That was my thinking. So I thought I'd share it with everybody. So hopefully if you didn't get a chance to check that out, check it out. Golly, you're packing way too much already. Let's see, 3 months. Steakhouse first night on the cruise. Yes, I was talking about that earlier. Can't wait. Get back to the steakhouse. Have no favorite first drink on Carnival, but I'll get a fish bowl or punch bowl, whatever it's called, on the first day. So yeah, a lot of people, again, just, it's funny that we just take things for granted and just think that, do we know like the things that people don't know, including, like I said, myself, I'm learning new things all the time, which is what I love. I feel like, through other cruisers and through, other YouTubers, I'm learning things as well. Like I mentioned it in one of my videos, since Nancy's here, like the plug that's in the bathroom, right? A lot of people, like even in their cabin tours or whatever, YouTubers forget to mention it. And, I would forget to mention it. And I saw it in one of Nancy's videos. I'm like, yeah, Nancy, that's right. So now I always try to remember to point that out, that there's that plug in there for if you bring in a flat iron or, whatever. Heck, it's an extra charging port if you want it, but in the bathroom, right, there's that outlet. So thank you, courtesy of Nancy, Nautical Nurse Nancy, as a reminder. So I've been adding that to my, anyway, so what I was saying was this thing with the fishbowl, punch bowl, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. On the Radiance. I think it's fleet-wide. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I know on the Radiance for sure, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. they have the happy hour when you get on the ship, and they'll have the if you just purchase the fishbowl, you don't get that price. The half price is on the actual drinks, and there's only like it's Caribbean cocktails and certain beers and stuff like that. So it's not everything. That's another thing that people think it's like everything. No, it's only certain things. So just ask the bartenders and they'll let you know what's 50% off from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And that's the at the Red Frog Pub. If they don't have a Red Frog Pub, not the rum bar, right? Not the one outside on the Lido deck, the Red Frog Pub inside on the Radiance, it's deck 5 aft. I love the upper lower interior porthole rooms. I do too. I was nice. Evan and I stayed in that one this last cruise, and it just reminded me as I did that cabin tour, like, oh, you know what? I want to share this and let people know. There's a video of my cabin. Okay. Let's see what else here. Whoa. Spicy Chipotle Pineapple Martini. Yeah. Wanda, did you get that in April? I feel like I tried that recently. Was it you that got that? Or was it Evan? I don't know. Somebody got that and I tried it. It was really good. They have a happy hour on Carnival that ends at 2 p.m. Great opportunity to try something new. Yep. Yeah, that is a great idea to go to that if you can. That bathroom plug is my toothbrush plug. There you go. Yeah, right. Charge your toothbrush. Yeah, you can use it for whatever, right? Toothbrushes or hair stuff. Mary, we swear by YouTube for our travels. That's awesome. Well, glad. And there's a lot of people that do. A lot of people. I mean, you know, as you can see, there's some channels that have many, many, many subscribers because there's so many people that enjoy the information that's being put out on YouTube. The happy hour is not ship wide, only in Red Frog Pub. Gotcha. Okay, so if there's a Red Frog Pub, there's a good chance you'll get that happy hour. Yeah, it's a good point. I should have clarified that. Free drinks everywhere. Oh, that's right. You have the free drinks everywhere on the ship. That was your casino offer, if I remember correctly. I didn't know about happy hour. So yeah, just the clarification that was it Miranda that reminded of? It's if the ship has a Red Frog Pub, that's when you'll see the happy hour. And again, it's most likely going to be 12 to 2 everywhere, but that's the good that thing to remember is there has to be a Red Frog Pub. So spicy jalapeno margarita. See, that would be really good in a margarita for sure. Yes. I love the spicy chipotle pineapple martini at Alchemy Bar. Okay, I thought so. I thought I remember trying that with thing 1 and thing 2. Oh, by the way, they say hello. The girl, Wanda Asgi, she was working in Java Blue on our last ship. She wasn't in the, which was a bummer. She wasn't working in the Alchemy Bar. She was in Java Blue, so had to go say hello. But thing 1 and thing 2, that's what we used to call them. I apologize if I missed this. My check-in time is 10:30 to 11. Are we allowed to eat, hit the pool, etc. that early, or do we have to wait for muster? Well, I mentioned this earlier. You could technically go do all that, but do the muster for it's literally minutes, like 5 minutes, if that. So just do the muster first because they'll hold up the ship and then you'll see them like keep reminding you still got to complete your muster. You still got to complete your muster. So I would just say, please, especially as a first time cruiser, just get in the habit of doing that first. And then that's it. Then go do whatever you want. Go put your stuff in the room. Well, if that's for Platinum Diamond Suite. So if you're a new cruiser, if you have carry-on, you're going to have to take it with you. Then go eat, hit the pool, do whatever you want. And that's another reminder. If you want to go hit the pool and do all that stuff, make sure you have a bathing suit or your bathing suits with you, either wearing it or in your carry-on bag, because you won't get your baggage probably until like around, or the rooms won't be ready till 1:30, and that's usually when the baggage is coming too. So if you want to hit that room early, that's some advice as well, is bring your bathing suits with you in your carry-on or wear them underneath your clothes or whatever. So just keep that in mind. And the happy hour Red Frog usually includes half-price buckets of beer. Yep. We got a Red Frog on the horizon. I think so, Gary. I'm not sure. I think so because it's like the Panorama and the Vista, and they both had a Red Frog pub. So what was let's see what we got here. Hello, Kamal Yadav. Welcome in. Thank you. That's a new name. Appreciate you being in here. Are you a West Coast cruiser? Tell us a little bit about you. Have you cruised before? And welcome in. So thank you. No Red Frog Pub on the horizon. Oh, no. Shoot, I was hoping there would be since it's part of the Vista class. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. One says yes, one says no. I didn't know. So I would go Nancy. She's actually been on there. I haven't been on the horizon. I just thought it would be like there's only a Red Frog rum bar on the horizon. There's a Guy's Pig and Anchor brew house. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. Thanks for the clarification between Tiki Bar and the pub. Yeah, I think the Tiki Bar is only on Mardi Gras, right? I was just thinking of Desi and Esgi at the Alchemy Bar. I hope they are there next week. I think she said I think she said she would still be there. I think that was her last sailing. Will be next week. I know Nick. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm almost positive she said that. Muster first, so it's so easy now. I agree. Yeah. We'll find out one day, I guess. Yeah, I'm almost positive she said she'll be back. They were just shorthanded, and she had to work at the Java Blue. But I think she said she'll be back at the Alchemy Bar. Interesting. Something was interesting. Muster's so easy now. If you go immediately, probably 5 minutes. Agreed. Yeah, we have not seen it on there. Okay. Okay. Honey, did you do the Amazon logger at the Long Beach video yet? I did. I just showed. I didn't do anything. Like I didn't order anything, or I just showed where they're located. That was in my March embarkation day video and my recent Long Beach cruise terminal video. I just showed where the lockers are located. I've not used them. I haven't had a need to, but at least wanted to let people know where they're at. If you ever have a need to use them, where they're located. So, let's see. I'm excited to see Alejandro at the piano bar. Remember, if you buy the Cheers package, you can't buy the Red Frog Happy Hour drink specials. Okay, that's good to know. So for those of you that have the Cheers, no half-price drinks. Have your friends that don't have Cheers buy the stuff for you. Then you don't have to use your well, you can't anyway. But yeah, that's a little workaround, right? Is have your friends that don't have Cheers buy it for you. I love how mustard is done now. Very first thing I do, and it takes seconds. Yeah, it's so quick. I mean, this last time it took a little bit longer, only because they were having an issue connecting the tablet to the Wi-Fi or something like that. So, I mean, they did the muster and it was done, like they did their little spiel, but we had to wait around a little bit. You know, again, you guys, we just have to be patient and this and that. A lot of people are getting impatient because they're having to wait. I'm like, man, can you imagine like these people that either they forgot or they just never had to experience the old musters? Oh, they would just flip. I mean, I remember it was terrible, especially when you had to be out. Like one time we were out on the Lido deck in the hot sun with our young kids, and they're just not wanting to stand around. You know how it is. Oh, that was terrible. This is cakewalk compared to that. So, yeah, you can buy the drink, just not put it on your Cheers package. Okay, there you go. So you don't have to make friends. No, just kidding. Yeah, there you go. So hang on. Gosh. Cell phone wrist tethers at Amazon for less than $20. Cell phone wrist tethers. Okay. That's a good idea. That's one way to make sure your phone doesn't go flying into the ocean. There you go. For anybody, less than $20. Wrist tethers. Here's the answer. I love the new mustard process. First thing we do on the ship. Got that one. All right. If your friends buy your Red Frog Happy Hour drinks, it's only a 40% discount then. No, it should be 50% still. Last time I got to muster too fast, and the remote handheld didn't have our info at the muster. Oh wow, okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, like I said, this last time, and it was the only time that it's happened of the cruises I've been on. They couldn't get the tablet to connect, but they got it done. They got it worked out fairly reasonable time. It wasn't a big deal. I feel the way it is now, you can actually see how to put a life jacket on and what to do. In the past, you could just see the head in front of you and couldn't hear anything. Good point. And usually you're just so restless and just want to be done with it. You're just like, okay. And it just sounds like, the old Charlie Brown cartoons, like, wah, 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 right? So I agree. I feel like it's, short to the point, and that works. You can buy the drinks. They'll be free with Cheers. Can't buy a fishbowl. Gotcha. And you had to bring the life jacket. Yeah, early on, you had to bring the life jacket. Good point. Yeah, but then they started doing away with bringing the life jacket, but it was still terrible. I mean, just, again, standing there like sardines, packed in. Ugh, Wanda, not in my experience. Okay. That muster is quick, more time to explore and have fun. Yeah, absolutely. Amy's on Amazon looking for wrist tethers so her phone doesn't become shark bait. Yeah, I know. I was wondering if Amy saw that. There you go, Amy. Wrist tether. That's your new friend. That went right over your head. What did I miss? I did go over my head. You'll have to let me know. Send me a private message on Polo. That went right over my head. Haha, blame my phone's not allowed on my balcony without being on the gimbal. Heck, even on the gimbal, man, sometimes, and the wrist strap on my wrist. Even with the gimbal, man, I always worry it's going to pop out of the little holder or whatever. So I never had that happen. Daniel and I boarded the first group or two. Yeah, I mean, everybody's experiences are going to be different, even like with some of the other stuff we're talking about. Right, is that everybody's gonna have different experiences and those type of things. Where are we at? It's almost 5:00 Pacific time, 8 Eastern. Guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I do appreciate everybody jumping in here, chit-chatting with me, keeping me company. I don't want to keep you all forever. I'll let you enjoy your Sunday. And, this was great. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for everybody that helped share information with some of the first-time cruisers in the group. And, so again, thank you guys. Thank you for watching the channel. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. If you're not part of the Facebook group, join the Facebook group, all those good things. Thank you all. Have a good evening. And for anybody watching this on a rewatch, just going to put that in there. I'm going to drop the links for my Facebook groups that I'm in. So if anyone's interested, go look in the description and you'll find the Facebook groups where I'm either, in the group, or my group, and then the ones where I'm an admin. So thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your Sunday. And we'll talk to y'all soon. All right. So make sure I wasn't missing anything. Goodbye, guys.